Evening time here in Rocky Pine Retreat Tiny Home. I am watching the People's Convoy on various live streams on YouTube. Some great speeches I've been watching for days now, and you really owe it to yourself to plug in. If you're not already, you can see some of the YouTube streamer names here. This is boots on the ground truths. Hope you'll join me. Linda here, Serene and Simple Life. Co-leader that you see there, Brian, will be speaking as he does every morning and evening in the convoy. A retired Navy serviceman with a tear-jerker story. I've already listened to this once. And also the founder of the Unity Project. This is truly history in the making. You will not see this on mainstream media, unfortunately, as they want to manipulate and keep us silent. Just do yourself a favor and keep watching. Hopefully, your eyes and heart will be opened if they're not already. Beautiful to see the American flag waving. They've had meetings with senators, representatives at the Capitol building. Senator Cruz from Texas rode shotgun in the lead truck. And the speakers are coming up next. You can donate and find the meeting links at thepeoplesconvoy.org. You have to put in the.
For the United States Marine Corps. I'm retired now.
This was very, very emotional.
So,
I hope you watch this and listen.
Do you hear me? Testing 1, 2. It's a little hidden talent that my wife knows because I do it all the time in the shower. But, okay, real quick here, I wanted to share a story. I mean, it's super awesome what Brian Brazzi and Mike Landis has done for all of us and his entire team. This means so much to me, and believe it or not, this is my first time speaking in front of people in my entire life. I was diagnosed with PTSD after I finally gave in, and my family and everybody told me that I wasn't the same after the Marine Corps. I didn't believe it. I always thought I was the same, and but I wasn't. The best thing I ever did was pick up that hotline and call the VA because it changed my entire life. That being said, I did try to take my life. I gave up on all humanity, especially as the pandemic really did that to me. It made me sit on my back porch for 2 years, and I would go nowhere but the VA and to my house because I gave up on humanity. But that is not the case looking out here now. So I knew when I went with my son and my wife, they wanted me to go on this trip, and I said, I just don't know if I can do it. I have a routine. I stay at my house. I knew when I got in the truck with my son and we loaded up, I was nervous, I'm not going to lie. But when I went under that first overpass in Edgewood, New Mexico, the goosebumps and the tears in my eyes were so freaking awesome, and I knew there was faith in humanity, and I knew I was going to make it all the way to here, Hagerstown, Maryland. So last night, one other thing, I lost a real good buddy in Mogadishu, Somalia, when they shot the Blackhawks down, and I'm sure we're all familiar with that. It was years ago, but some of you might be familiar with it. And his family wanted me to sprinkle some of his ashes on Washington, D.C. if I ever got there. So yesterday, me and my son journeyed while you guys traveled all the way around Washington, D.C. We went right through the Beltway. Just like Billy the Kid would say, you got to go straight through the Lincoln. So that's what we did. We wasn't intimidated. I wasn't going to be intimidated because I lost buddies. I mean, I lost family members in the military. I'm sure all of you all have too. I went and I done what I was told to do, and I sprinkled his ashes on Washington, D.C. yesterday. So, I know everybody else got time. I don't want to take up all your time, but I was laying in the bed last night, and this is how I felt, and it just rolled off my tongue, and I sent it out. Some of you might have seen it on the Telegram last night, but it went something like this, and obviously I kept it.
This was awesome.
But it's about the convoy, and this convoy is just not for the trucker mandates. I mean, it's for all of us. It's for all. That's why it's called the People's Convoy. It's for the family members banned from visiting family in nursing homes. It's for censorship on all social media platforms. It's for all the people afraid to speak in fear of being called conspiracy theorists. It's for people who didn't want to give up their freedom of choice. It's for people who don't want to give up their rights to bear arms. It's for the people who don't want to be in debt for the next 100 years, which we're going that way right now. It's for the people afraid to hug their family and visit their friends. It's for the people who want their lives back, for the hairdressers to cut hair, for the restaurants to serve food, for the bars to play music, for the students to learn and be free, for the people who want to work but are forced not to. This is for the people. This is for trying to silence honest, hardworking citizens. Never in my life have I ever seen the healthy punished and the sick untreated. This is for 300,000 surgeries canceled, including my grandfather who died and they wouldn't do surgery on him because he was not vaccinated. Yeah, that's what I say. This is for the frontline workers, delivery truck, grocery store clerks, teachers who are constantly working overtime. This is for all of us. And this is what I say to the people that don't believe in what we're doing right now, because this is huge. I said, if you don't support the truckers, it's okay. You know why? If mandates get lifted, I would like to remind you, you can still stay home. No one will rip the mask off your face. No one will force you to dine in a restaurant. You can drop your children off at their leisure activity and wait in your car. You can still say no to the family gatherings, events. You can live within your four walls and no one will stop you. We will not judge you for your choice. We will just be glad you have one. This is the point of freedom of choice. While you're comfortable where you are, we are comfortable moving on with our lives. You stay safe, I will stay free. Semper Fi. And then once again, I don't know if they're over here, but Mike Landis and Brian Brazzi, thanks for getting me out of my shell. I feel alive again.
Thank you. Let's give it up for Shane one more time. Inspirational. I mean, I'm not a crier, but I've been crying, and I know a lot of you have too, so don't act so tough, because this is some really heartwarming stuff that's going on, and I can't say it enough how happy I am to be here. I feel like I'm with my people finally. I come from New England, I come from Boston, and I've seen that city just go so downhill in the past couple of years. It's a sad thing to see, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen your own cities go downhill. But we're coming together, and we are inspiring. We're inspiring everyone, our friends and our family, to wake up to the truth, and to not just wake up, but to hold those accountable. That's what I've been trying to tell any kind of media figures, anybody who's asking what we're all about. It's a lot about accountability, because we have to make sure this can never happen again. So I appreciate, again, I'm going to keep saying it, I appreciate each and every one of you being here. What we're doing is so special. And let's hear it for our Canadian brothers and sisters who started this. Come on, we can do more than that. All right, we got an announcement from our trucker friend here. He wants some signatures on his flag, and I say we get 150 signatures on that damn thing, if not more. We also have I made an announcement earlier, but we have something up here. This is a trucker was passing through Middle America. He doesn't even remember where, and a family asked him to take this. and just to bring it to Washington, D.C., and to get it signed and just to hold it near and dear. This is driver's daily log. Everyone can come and feel free to take a look. This man started driving when he was 16 years old and kept on driving until the day he died. And unfortunately, he passed in 2020. This man, his name is Kenneth Prelit. And so if everyone can come up and sign this, and this gentleman here is going to let you know how you can come and sign his flag. But let's, we're creating history. And so we want these relics of history to have each and every single one of your names written on them. So if everybody could do that, that'd be great. I don't know, I don't have any information as to when we're getting started. We're going to keep jamming, we're going to keep having a good time.
I traveled the truck show circuit for years. I've done funeral convoys. I've done everything you can think of that would give you chills. But the turnout, the support, the brotherhood, the family feeling, these people on the bridges in the rain, the cold. I know you've all seen them, right? Wave up and down, just when you to honk. It gave me chills like I've never had before. And I've never felt more at home at an event like this. Truck shows, all that stuff. Everybody's like, oh, hey, you're cool, you're buddies. This is like a family. Yes. And it's weird because we all watch each other six, you know what I mean? We all got each other's back. And it just, the people bringing stuff in, we were parked up by the gate the other night. People were bringing us food, cards. It was just, the support for this whole thing is insane. The world has come together with no media coverage for this.
So sad.
Has anybody seen this on major news anywhere? Nothing? Yeah. How many people have you seen?
They're not going to report this.
Exactly. I came from about 20 miles west of Dayton, Ohio, and we came across, and I'm telling you, it is a tearjerker seeing these people on the bridges, on the side of the road, in the medians, cheering for all of us. Why? Because everybody wants a change. We may be shooting a BB at a locomotive, but enough of us together will be a shotgun shell, right, Dave? That's right. We will stop this. Things are going to change. America will be America again. Because who works for who? They work for us. That's right. Thanks, I'm sorry. Oh, I got ADHD. It's like Peter Griffin thing. The two semis down there with the flags on the grills of them, I would be honored if you guys would please stop by before you leave and sign your name and where you're from. Because we're going to frame them and we're going to hang them up because this is history in the making. We are never going to forget it. Thanks, guys.
That don't know what a drive-in is. It's over there in front of the showers, and it has the Star of Life on it. If anybody is medically certified to any state degree or whatever, and you want to volunteer, we will be having a meeting over there immediately after Brian is done.
Fantastic.
So yeah, and if you have any first aid needs, basic first aid needs, you can head over there as well.
Sign up there. Repentance changes everything. Wow. This is a co-leader.
But we had a few meetings today down on Capitol Hill.
Changes things. Not everything.
Before I go any further, I got to make an announcement. No more truck horns after 8 p.m. No more truck horns after 8 p.m. It's important. We're getting noise complaints. So no more truck horns after 8 p.m., please. Thank you. So yeah, we had a couple meetings tonight, and I think the first one went real well. Second one, well, they tried to cut out the people being able to see what was talked about. They said no live stream, no media, no cameras, no nothing in that second meeting.
Wow.
It's all right, though, because I made my point very clear to them very quickly. We were actually getting ready to call the whole meeting off and walk out.
Fantastic.
And they kind of looked at me like they couldn't believe that we would do such a thing. And I kind of stayed on them a little bit, and then I got a little message that said sometimes when they want no cameras, it's because they want to work with you and they want to keep it hush-hush for a moment and explain a plan. So I said, okay, we'll hear them out for a minute or so. So the meeting gets started. Within 30 seconds, I knew they didn't have no plan. So right away, Alan Kelly fires up his phone, goes Facebook Live on it, so that hopefully some people could watch what was being discussed. Then a little bit into my part of being able to talk, I explained to them basically about how this is the people's movement. And that it's not right, and that we almost walked out because you kicked out our live stream. We set up that live stream. We worked with someone to have that live stream specifically so that the people, especially the People's Convoy, could see what was being discussed in these meetings and what we were talking about and how some of us were representing the masses that are here. Because we don't think it's fair that only 1, 2, 3, or 5 get to go to these meetings. Everybody should be heard. Everybody's voice is equally as important.
Amen.
They were passionate. They were caring. They understood the assignment. Some of you get that. Some of you don't. The point is I think that even with that second meeting, kicking out our live streamer, which, by the way, we got our live streamer back in there, set back up, and the rest of the meeting was live streamed. So,
Amen.
You know, it's really nice to be able to sit there and say, right now, while I'm sitting here talking to you, there is a convoy wrapping around that beltway right now.
This is a man who's owned multiple businesses. And
what's really awesome
he has an awesome background.
is these are people that
He lost his son
wouldn't give any
just a short
one
time
of us
ago.
the time of day.
Said he didn't even want to get out of bed.
Unless you were their constituent.
And this has given him reason.
But if you don't, well, they technically have to. But they usually have their secretaries or staff or something like that meet with you. Anyways, my point in what I'm saying
He's been
is
on Capitol Hill
they're
before.
hearing us. We're making a statement. And the process has just begun to finally slap them in the face with the fact of that they work for us.
Woo!
There's still a long road to go in this process, but what I love about this is that it's we keep just getting these little wins, and they keep dumping into the basket. We're stacking them up.
So I hope this has inspired you to continue to tune in if you haven't already, or to start tuning in and continue if you already are. And if you've not even known that this was going on, then I hope that this has been a little bit of an enlightenment for you.
It's the same guy that said that the first day we did the Beltway, I don't know if you're all tracking it, but this guy said
really
the first
fantastic.
day we did the Beltway, he said that the Beltway defeated the Convoy. We've doubled in size since that first time we went around the Beltway.
7 times around Jericho. Let's do it.
Just shows how out of touch some folks just really are. But you know what? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, even guys like that, they got a job to do. They have to do their job, and they're reporting what they think is facts. And they come at us and they say all kinds of messed up stuff. But see, what they don't understand is that their personal beliefs, their personal feelings, are interfering with the true story. These same people that want to say that we're dividing the nation, that we're racist, or that we're anti-vax, these people that want to put us into these categories, they're saying that we are this, is actually them that is dividing us.
Yep.
The media has been the problem just as equally as much as the politicians. They keep dividing us. All you got to do is walk one time around this place and see the unity that stands right here. You can see the community that has been developed here. You can see the people on the left side of the aisle that are hanging out down here, and you can see the folks on the right side of the aisle. You can see the gays, the straights, the husbands, the wives, the daughters, the brothers, the kids, the dogs. You can see every walk of life in this group. We are united. We are the people. We will not, and I told them this in the meeting a couple times today, I'm pretty sure. I don't really remember, but I think I did. I told them that this convoy is the people and that America has their back. And that was on full display. Whether it was the first tens, then it was the hundreds, then it was the thousands, then it was the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and now millions of people in total between the multiple convoys that have rolled in here, of folks across the country that line the interstates, that line the off-ramps, the on-ramps, and the overpasses. Millions of supporters when you take into account all the convoys from the different directions that all met right here in Hagerstown right now. Millions of Americans support what we are doing. We are not some fringe minority anymore. I don't think we ever were. I think it's just a term that they tried to say to keep us divided. But here's the thing. We're not going to let them divide us, right? We're going to continue to stand strong, right? We're going to keep doing the right thing, right? We're going to stay peaceful, law-abiding citizens while stretching our muscles, right? Today is a tiring day going up there, and I need a shower because I can still smell it.
There you have it.
I'm not going to go into too much detail because we had those live streams. What I'll say is I believe today was a win. Even that second meeting that
Look
we
at
had
that crowd.
Started off with, well, this sucks. Way too comfortable with their cushy seats. What we learned today was that it's going to take the people standing up, even at the state level, to get something done. So right now, I'm going to appeal to all these live streams and cameras and everything filming and anybody watching from around the country, just like I've done around the world, telling everybody to stand up. I'm going to tell those in the United States that could not make it to the convoy but supports us, to those of you that want to do something to help, rally your people to your state capitals now.
Amen.
Now is the time to put the pressure on the state capitals. Right now, while we're here doing our thing, you need to be there doing your thing. Because together we can make this happen. But we ain't going to get done with just us. It's going to take all of America standing up. It's going to take all of you at home rallying truck drivers, rallying the people of the country, rallying the people of your state to go to your state capitals and remind your state governments that they work for us.
And I'll leave you with that. And please tune in. Please tune in. Do yourself a favor. It's beautiful.
And those of you in the states that don't agree with it, you can thank the last meeting we had that made it abundantly clear that it's time to put some pressure on the states to put them on pressure here at the capital city. It is because of them that I'm making that announcement. It's because of them that I'm trying to help rally people to organize in your states and get it done. And if you can't get it done, I'll set a date myself, and those here will help go to those states to plus up your numbers to do something at the state level as well.
And that was the one more thing.
That is very true. Very true, and more true right now probably than it has ever
United
been
we stand,
since
divided we fall.
1776. This movement, something like this has never been seen before, other than in Canada. But I mean, here in the United States, something like this has never been seen before. The level of dedication, people quitting their jobs and selling off their 401ks. People sleeping on their motorcycle under a tarp. People sleeping in cars in the back 40. Something like this. Teamed up with truck drivers, which most of the four-wheelers hate on their way to work. Don't worry, because the truckers hate you too on your way to work. Always in our way. We're in your way and you're in ours. But never, ever, ever have you seen this like this before. Never has this happened before, and that's why I'm confident that at the state level, the people that want to be here but can't, the people in California, in Washington, Oregon, the people in Indiana, Illinois, Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, Maine, wherever you may be, in every single state, you must stand up. You must do something. You must be a part of this. Now is the time. Remind your state governments once again. That's all I got tonight. I love you. I can't wait to update y'all in the morning. For now, I'm going to go get some rest and figure out what meetings we got tomorrow. God bless you all. God bless the United States. Everybody stay safe out there.
This is an important notice.
How many, by a show of hands, how many of you guys and gals actually watch all of the live stream or the recording or most of it?
Yep.
All right, the hands that I don't see up, you guys have got to go back tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Go to the People's Convoy.org and watch it. There's a private meeting that they started with Senator Ron Johnson and Ted Cruz.
It was awesome.
They allowed a live stream to pipe back to our landing
The stories
spot,
of
no
the guys
press was
in there.
allowed, so that was very good. Then all of a sudden, 45 press members came in. A lot of them were pretty aggressive, and you won't believe how powerful our team's response was. You gotta watch it. It's unbelievable. I can't pronounce his name because it's French, but there's like a handsome 6 foot.
What you see is what you get.
There's a handsome black guy with a cowboy hat. He's only 18 years old. Most of us have seen him. He's been with us since Adelanto. He flew out today. He's got a French name. Can't remember how to pronounce it. John L. Shout out to John L. He put the press on blast. Those of you who haven't seen it will have to watch it. They came after Brasi pretty powerfully, and he stood up. He's 18 years old, 6'3", and he said, "Excuse me, be quiet. It's my turn to talk." And he laid it out. And guess what? The legacy mainstream media does not know how to deal with something like that counters the narrative of KKK, racist. He actually said those words and said, "You're ridiculous. You're dividing the country. Let me tell you how it is." And he threw the Constitution, the pocket Constitution down, actually earlier, on the table in front of 2 senators, powerful senators, and 45 news people. And he said, "What good is this?" I mean, you guys got to watch it. So listen, without any further ado, we got people sitting on a bunch of boxes over here. How many of you people know who RFK Jr. is?
Yep.
Kennedy family, Bobby Kennedy. All right, I founded an organization called the Unity Project to fight the mandates, and we've been a co-organizer, and we bought $50,000 worth of Bobby Kennedy's books, 3,000 of them. I need volunteers to strip those things open, and I want everybody to take a book. And I'm telling you, if you got a short attention span, read chapter 1 and read the last chapter if you don't want to read the whole book because it's fairly thick. It'll blow you away. I've been in the early treatment fight. Dr. Pierre Corey, Dr. Paul Alexander, close personal friends of mine. I've worked with Dr. Corey daily for the last few years on the board of the FLCCC Alliance, ivermectin, and I live the stories in this book. with all of the people in the book, and you have to read it. So if we can get volunteers, let's open those. And I don't want to take away from the living poet, or whatever you called it. Here's Paul, come up real quick. Paul Alexander just got here. There's one thing that I would ask, okay? We wanted to invest because the theme, as you've heard Brian Rossi say many times, and he did during the Senate meeting tonight, or this afternoon, he said we're opening people's eyes. That's why we made this investment. So the only thing that I ask is at a very minimum you read chapter 1 and the last chapter, and then you give that book to somebody else.
Put in the comments, have you read this book?
Those 3,000
Fantastic.
books can travel across continents if you guys do what I hope you'll do with it. And with that, actually there's one last thing that I want to say. In terms of the leadership team and Brian, when we're doing the core group meetings every single night, this is important. I want every single one of you to hear this. Because this is the core of leadership, and it's the core of integrity. And what I've seen in Brian blows my mind. I've run companies, built companies for the past 25 years, and integrity and transparency is the core of reliable leadership. And there has been pressure that you guys will never know existed over the past week and a half, 2 weeks, that culminated over the last 72 hours, where Brossi was literally throwing up behind a truck. And you guys didn't know this was happening 5 minutes before he came on stage. And this is my point. Everything that's been discussed in the core team has been exactly what has been communicated from this stage. And that's almost never the case in corporate America, and it certainly hell isn't the case with our politicians. He has my respect, and he's somebody, along with Marcus and Mike and others, that I'll know for the rest of my life. So I'm honored and deeply blessed to be a part of this movement. It's one of the most amazing experiences I've had in my entire life. Yeah.
Wow.
Dr. Paul Alexander.
Doesn't that make you want to go?
Leadership leave us behind. We're laying our liberties down at their feet while political correctness litters our street. They're mandating choices with no choice at all, but the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Where are the truckers who've proudly withstood, the men and the women who haul all the goods? Back in the day, they would stand for what's right and keep the world turning all day and all night. The cost of our fuel just continues to rise, but with these guys in charge, it should be no surprise. Supply chains have stalled, but our truckers still roll. Let's keep that in mind when we go to the poll. I still remember when I was a kid that truckers were heroes that did what they did. Now where are the truckers so sturdy and strong, with the plight of the people unheard for so long? They've come from the coast and they've come from the hills. They've crossed all the plains and they won't stop their wheels. They rolled into Ottawa like a thunderstorm would, and they're going to be heard as damn well they should. And all the people who've joined in their cause, you have my respect and my round of applause. You've taken your jabs or you've opted out, and that's what personal freedom's about. Thank you for making them quiver and shake. Thank you for standing for liberty's sake. Thank you for standing for freedom indeed. And thank you for being the backbone you need.